Okay, right now we want to make a system to be able to click and create a new point in our scene with only clicking on something above this in taskbar as a AR location and build point. Okay, we're going here, create a new C# script. We call it point maker. Okay, opening the Visual Studio. Perfect. At first we remove all of them and we say in here if Unity editor here using Unity editor, and in here we say endif. Okay, now come here and once again we copy this part and remove this part. Okay, now it's ready. At first we say internal static and counter. The count of points in the scene. We can keep the amount of the points currently in the scene with the inside of variable counter. And also another one, static game object goes. It will be the object of our point. Okay, at first we say menu item. Inside of that we call it, for example, AR location, and for example when we say AR location we will see AR location button in here, and when we add the dash and other characters slash and write another things, we will see when we click on AR location the menu will be appears and we can see the other buttons in here. For example, we create new point. Now we need to add static void, it's called point make. When we click on this button, create new point in the editor, what will happen? In here we say okay, goes equal game object dot find point 0. We want to check if we have any object it's called point 0 in the scene. We don't need to set the counter as 0, but if the goes equal null, the counter will be 0. Okay, and right now we create a new game object, it's called we say instantiate from, we want to load a prefab from the resources folder in our assets, so we call it resources dot load. Oh, sorry. And the name of this prefab is point as a game object. Now it will instantiate a new prefab in the scene, and the mesh and the file of this prefab will be the prefab of point in the resources folder. Okay, we say go dot transform dot position as a default position. When we make it will be 0 0 0. When we create a new point in the scene by clicking on create new point, it will create a new game object and put it in 0 0 0. And also go dot name equal point plus counter. Must be like this. Okay, and also after counter plus plus. Alright, let's to see what will happen. Perfect. We have a new bar in here. It's called AR location, and when we click, as you can see, we have create a new point. At first we need to create a new folder, and it's called resources. Then we need to create a prefab and put it in here and rename it to point. At first we say okay, it is point, and we don't need to have collider, and for example the material to be able to see better, and point matte, and we say red. Okay, 1 1 1, and also we need to add a point manager to here. Okay, now we need to add a new child as a game object. We say create an empty child. Okay, we say obj. Then that object we want to show when we reach the point, we will add as a child of object or as a child of point, then drag and drop that new object as an object. But I propose to add to the child of this object. It will be easier. Okay, now let's go to the resources and drag and drop the point in here. Okay, let's test our script. That's it. Let's create a new point and put it on 0 0 0. For example, smaller the gizmo. Okay, put it in here and create a new one, point 1. Perfect. And another one. Every points are specific, and we can change the variable of them without any conflicts with others. As you can see, they are self-sufficient. Okay.